Right, now these are just a few little odds and ends that are placed around my bed. These are actually on shelving units. They're in between my bed, like that. As I said in the first video, just want to do a quick rundown of where things are set up in my room and how they're set up. That's why I'm showing you where stuff is. These are just a few loose figures that I just thought I'd randomly place on here, except for the, I don't know how you can see it, Boba Fett at the front, Bossk, Zuckuss, IG-88, Dengar and Forlorn. They are the Bounty Hunter pack from the Saga collection. I think it was an Entertainment Earth, but I actually found it at Forbidden Planet. Cost me a pretty penny. The Darth Vader on that is actually on the Vader shelf, which I'll show you in another video pretty soon. But now I just wanted to give you a quick look at how things are set up here. Yak Face. Now, very pleased with this figure. Not really an action oriented figure, so not really much you can do with it, but it was very hard to find for me. Never found it when it first came out. I actually found this about a year ago, I think it was, in a market stall in Cornwall. It cost me, I think, about £3, so I can't really complain for that money. Complete in the box and everything, so you know. And it was a holographic sticker on the card as well, so I don't know if that was any rarer. I wanted to keep it in the box, but then when I got it back home, I just thought, nah, screw it, I'll open it up. Now, Kyle-Katarn, there's actually a very long story behind this character. I actually had two versions of this figure. Well, two versions, two of the same figure, should I say. The first one I got was in 1998 when it first came out with the Expanded Universe line, and around that time as well, I think it was about 7 or 8, I got into the PS1 game Fighting Force, and I thought, this guy looks like the guy at Fighting Force, so I decided to do all the stupid little patterns on Kyle's chest, you know, drawing him on with permanent marker, as you do when you're a kid, you know. Later on I realised, nah, I don't want it as the Fighting Force guy anymore, I want it as Kyle-Katarn. Tried getting rid of all the permanent marker on his chest, wouldn't come off, so like an idiot, I scraped it off with a scalpel. Bad idea, as I messed up his chest armour. So I got another one about 2 years ago, I think it was, because I couldn't find one after I'd screwed it up, so I got another one. I got this on a online store here in the UK called The Entertainer, now known as toyshop.com. It cost me about £2.95 plus postage and packaging, so I couldn't really complain. Cost me a lot less than it did when I first got him, which I think, yeah, I remember now, because I went into Toys R Us with my mum and dad, and being the Jedi Knight Dark Forces nut that I was at that time, it was, Dad, I want this figure, and it was £9.99. Ooh, very expensive for one figure, I think. And obviously my dad says, right, you can have it as long as you don't mess it up or anything like that. So what did I do? I went and messed it up. Mind you, I'm a bit older now, so you know, I don't think he's gonna grumble at me that much. Okay, moving down here, we've just got a few Simpsons comics, not really Star Wars related, but I thought I'd show them anyway. Little fat files from Power of the Jedi. Little silver, well, I'm going to say hologram figure, but it's not really a hologram figure. The little silver statue from the Ultimate Galactic Hunt Darth Vader figure. This is my custom Obi-Wan in clone armor gear, used with various clone trooper parts. Now this is a very special little item. Not the tin, no way, but what's inside it. Now these things I've had for, I think, probably about 8 or 9 years. My mum actually used to go to a little market here in Sheffield after she'd done work, and they used to have all these little nooks and crannies around. They used to have loads of the Micro Machine stuff, and she just used to find me anything. And these are probably the most what's the word, sentimental item that I have in my collection, because these are like some of the first things that I started collecting. They're the little Galoob heads. I think they were made in the 90s, around that time, and they actually opened up and you could fit little minifigures inside them. Just bear with me a sec, 'cause these are quite hard to open. There we go. See that? And you just put your little peg there. You just put a little Micro Machines figure, just like a little mini diorama. So they were pretty cool. I had some of the most obscure characters you can ever imagine in this tin. I've got like Nine Numb, the Big Cantina Alien. You know, some really obscure looking characters. You got Salacious Crumb, and lots more in there as well. But they're probably the most sentimental piece in my collection, because I've had them for the longest probably. So there you go. The tin is just obviously the episode 1 tin from the commemorative tin collection. Got that about 2 years ago as well. So there you go. Alright, moving on. This is probably the most detailed piece of my collection. This is the Revell mini kit snap together Millennium Falcon. I actually got this from a discount place in a place called Trago Mills in Cornwall. I think this thing retailed for about £25. I managed to pick it up for about 11, something like that, so a pretty good deal on that. Here's the box for the 30th anniversary collection Darth Vader TIE Fighter. Now, I know that this is a hard thing to find, because RebelScum's photo archives don't have this thing. Well, they have it listed, but they don't have photos on it. So that means even the guys at Rebel Scum can't find one. Or I'm assuming so anyway. I actually found this in Forbidden Planet. I've been looking for a Darth Vader TIE Fighter for years and I've never found one. So I thought I'd keep the box for that, just so that I knew which version it was, and, you know, that it was rare and stuff.